basing, like you're saying, Rudy, you're basing yourself on the traffic and the amount of personnel, I mean, the community, or the population, how many vehicles are, Douglas doesn't have one. What it has right now is very minimal. So you're basing us as the lowest one in total, like compared to Nogales or St. Luis, they already have one, they have more traffic than we do. So.
But also keep in mind that San Luis was the beneficiary of some $80 million to build San Luis too. And Nogales was the beneficiary of almost $200 million for the development of Mariposa. Both of those projects are the separation of commercial from pedestrian and car traffic. That hasn't happened in Douglas yet. So I think there's an opportunity for the priority in Douglas to still be competitive with what's happening in other regions.
The money that we're going to request from the amount that's being appropriated to ADOT as part of MAP 21, we will use this border master plan to determine, to prioritize projects and fund projects. So this border master plan will be used not only by ADOT, but also by General Services Administration, Customs and Border Protection, and Federal Highway Administration when prioritizing and funding projects.
We have two questions. First one, without getting too much off track, can you share some of the projects that have been funded through CBI in the past, just so the folks in the audience could
Sure.
be aware of CBI that has come to Douglas? And then the second question is to follow up on Councilman Greer's question. Can you share a little bit about how you prioritize the projects? Because there are several elements that go into the prioritization of the project that take a look at not only traffic volume, but other factors that raise the project. And so I want to make sure that we here in Douglas don't feel that we're at the bottom because our volume traffics are much lower than the Gallups. That we could in fact rise above the rest of the projects due to other criteria and factors.
And in response to your first question, some of the projects would be the Chino Road project that was funded through a CBI program. There's a project that's just got started. It's it's a street improvement project to improve the circulation of traffic to and from the port of entry, primarily southbound, but it's both inbound and outbound, but primarily southbound, rerouting traffic west down 5th Street, down to 3rd Street, and back to Pan American. So that's the CBI funded project.
Davis Road.
Carlos, you probably can help me out.
Yeah, Davis Road, basically.
Oh yeah, Davis Road, which is a Cochise County project. That's
Project,
right. Davis Road, Cochise County requested CBI funds, and they were awarded CBI funds for that Davis Road project. Victor, you probably know better than that.
Projection study.
Which other?
Traffic projection
Oh
study.
yeah, the traffic, right, the traffic forecast study. We're forecasting volume of border crossing at the Douglas outfit, the port of entry, and that study is scheduled to be completed later this year, and that should help. We're hoping that study will be completed prior to the border master plan being completed, and that would provide support for any land port of entry expansion projects here in Douglas. That's the other one, right?
As far as improvements to be made, what would create the most benefit in the near term and the long term? We talked about that a little bit too. I mean, is there anything that we missed?
safety is
Well, the problem is- Yeah, and I'm wondering, I hope we're not so tunnel focused on a border that we're not thinking about something else, because you're talking about a 10-mile swath, right, from the border, 10 miles north, so you're not actually talking about at the border, right, or where?
No, that's
25 months.
25 miles in our area.
But we are also looking at projects right at the port.
Uh-huh.
And that's anything from adding one lane, northbound or southbound, to a whole new commercial port, to refurbishing the existing port. Like you mentioned, parking, there's no place to park. Simple, some smaller, simple things that could